Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your sex and relationships horoscopes for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Scorpio, my sweet lammy pups. And this is for the month of September 2015, and I will be back again using my regular Shadowscapes deck for my mid-September videos, so stay tuned for those, and don't panic, if this is not the kind of video for you, that's okay. I don't do these often, but I get a lot of requests, and so due to the overwhelming response, I am bringing them back. And I really wanted to bring them back because I really enjoy doing these readings. So, and I am still doing private readings, so feel free to email me if you'd like a private reading. It's elizabetholson31@gmail. Right now it is taking me 2 to 3 days to get back to people, so same day appointments probably are most likely not going to happen, just bear that in mind, but you never know, I could get a cancellation, so definitely give me a shout out. And yeah, so let's see what we've got for September for your sex and relationships horoscopes. Now, so the disclaimer I am doing is that this is an erotic deck. I'm using the Decameron deck, okay? And it's an erotic deck, which means that this reading is going to be filled with graphic, erotic, sexual content, language, and images. So if this is not something that's, for you, you need to be over 18 to watch this video, and also mature. This is for mature audiences. So if it's not for you, it's not something you want, this is the time to click off, because I'm about to go into it. So, so just bear that in mind. Okay. All right. So let me just roll out your spread here. And it's not really making much sense to me, so I'm going to shuffle a little bit more and then do it again. It just kind of makes sense. And this again is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Scorpio. Okay, this makes more sense to me. Ooh. Okay, so this is like one of those readings where the storyline is pretty clear. But again, this is a general reading, so if you want like a more specific reading, you're gonna want to contact me for a private reading. And so in the heart of the reading, you have these two cards. First, you've got this card, which it might be a little bit controversial, but it's a priest with a nun giving him a hand job. Okay, that's the image. So it represents a hypocrite in love. It represents somebody who's trying to, lord power over somebody. Okay, this is somebody who's in a relationship for, the services, the exchange of goods and services, who sees relationships or marriage like a trade. Okay. This says someone who likes getting all the attention because they were not given love and attention as a child. This is to lord power over someone or use sex as power, okay? Like a trade. Sex in a marriage like this is what I call a legal form of prostitution. Can also indicate prostitutes, call girls, or relationships where there's no emotional no emotion in it, in the sex at all, okay? The relationship has turned into an exchange of services. So this is, I forget which sign got this, but this has come up a couple of times actually. So I think that it's still prevalent in our culture, but I do think like my commentary on it is, everybody has relationships and is allowed to have these, make the decision to have the kind of relationship that they want, to do what they want, okay? However, when it comes to a real 50-50 partnership, this is not, okay? So those of you who, are married, I would go far as to say, or even in a partnership, the partnership is really heavily founded on the trade mentality or the services exchange mentality, whereas someone is in it and is willing to give a hand job or give a blow job or have sex as long as they get something out of it, okay? And it's like, what's in it for me should be like the main theme of this, okay? And they don't see sex as being more than a trade, and that's unfortunate. But I don't see it as being a real partnership. I just see it as being a trade or exchange of services, and it's very mechanical. Okay, it's just not. There's not emotion. It's not emotion. Now, for you to have this and be a sweet lammy puff Scorpio, I think that there is something going on, with you. Maybe you're closed off to relationships because you've gotten hurt before, or, you like the power that sex gives you, that you feel like it gives you. I will say that you have to be careful because sex does not give you power. It's an illusion, okay? And so you need to really come to terms with the fact that when you sleep with someone, there's a cord of attachment that forms between you and that other person. So if you stop sleeping with that person, say you slept with like 50 people, well, you're going to have cords of attachment to all of them, okay? And all of them can drain your energy at any given time. So it's one of those things, you're more likely to actually lose power than to actually gain power. But it depends. If you are if you're hungry for power and your energy is actually lower than theirs, then you take theirs. So it's one of those things where, yes, you may be getting power, but it's actually a false sense of security, because at any time they could cut the cord and then there goes your power source, and you could end up feeling like shit, basically, okay? Which is why, a lot of times when you break up, you feel like shit because you cut somebody off from your energy, from the constant exchange of energy. You can still get and take and receive, give and receive energy when you're not in the relationship, but most likely this is one of those things where it would be best for you not to have that mentality that you're gaining power, okay, from this type of a relationship, and it's best not for you to be in it. And actually, the thing that's crossing you is a couple. This is the Tower card. So this is the one card that really indicates divorce or breakup. I really do like the picture though, because she's really grabbing a hold of his cock, and I enjoy the pictures on here, I have to say. As an artist's perspective, I really enjoy them. This is a gorgeous couple that looks good together, but has no sexual chemistry. His gorgeous cock is wasted by her lack of enthusiasm or inexperience. Little to no excitement. Current partner will soon be history. Sexual frustration. Okay, this is not also good for Scorpios who, this is, first, there are some Scorpios that really do think that sex is power, okay? And that's not everybody, but there are some, okay? And then there are there are people that are more concerned about what it looks like to other people, what their relationships look like. Arm candy, objects, objectifying women, even objectifying men. It goes both ways. So this does not have to be a guy-girl combination. This could be a guy-guy, girl-girl combination, okay? Same with this breakup. I do see this as being a guy-girl, but at the same time, it represents to me people that don't have any chemistry anymore, or there's just someone. To me, he's like basically falling asleep. She doesn't know what she's doing, and he's just not into it. You know what I mean? Yes, he likes the fact that she's touching his penis, but that's all that he's really into. You know what I mean? So it's just not really a full relationship. Now, You have 3 cards about cheating all surrounding this little center, okay? I'm going to show you them all at the same time because I do feel like it's important to mention them together. In the recent past, you have this card, okay? This card here, this first card. This is the wheel where they're kind of in the 69 position. This represents a full-blown affair, okay, or cheating. What's crowning you here is you can see it's someone who's doing something kind of in the basement. You can't even see this person's face. At night, I see this as being the girl cheating, okay? This is both. This is 2 people cheating on their partners, because the partners are here looking on. So it's a guy there and a girl there. So it's a girl, guy, but it may not be, okay? Combination where 2 people are married or 2 people are in a relationship, and those people, everybody's cheating, basically. Everybody's cheating, okay? So then you have what's crowning you, which is, to me, this is the girl that's cheating. Also be the guy that's cheating. I usually see it more as the girl, actually, in this case. Okay, but I think that the guy here is really untrustworthy. So if you're in a relationship, ladies, Scorpio, with a guy, you're actively sleeping with him, chances are it's either you're having an affair with someone, or this guy cannot be trusted and he's not telling you the whole story, or he's just outright lying to you. Okay, I really want to read it. Cheating and lying, hidden activities that he doesn't want you to know about, secrets, lovers. A man who cannot keep it in his pants, who may be disrespectful to women. This can also indicate a closet homosexual. To do it in hidden places, and a woman who will sleep with a man for his money and have fun while doing it. Be cautious and careful. Do not have sex with him or her, okay? This is like a real warning card, okay? This is one of the cards in the deck that really heeds warning and caution here. Because this is where you're really going to get hurt, okay? A lot of hidden activities here, Scorpio. Now, to me, this is all very Scorpio-like activities. Not all Scorpios are like this, but I feel like a lot of Scorpios are doing things that are, I want to say, dark and deep, you know? They're hidden. They're secrets. Scorpios have this thing about secrets, you know, hiding things, not telling the whole truth, which some cases people would say that's lying, okay? Scorpios don't see it as being lying. They're just not telling you everything, okay? So they're withholding stuff. This, to me, is withholding information. This is hidden activities, hidden things you don't know about, okay? This is, to me, like 2 people that are, like, outright having an affair. And everybody knows that they're having an affair. Like, they're just, like, they're unabashed. They don't care about it. They're like, we're like, you know, like, they're just like, okay, we want to fuck, and who gives a shit about everybody else, you know? But what's crowning you is the card where it's really about hidden activities, secrets and lies, okay? Which leads me to the 3rd card, which I'm beginning to see this card, you know, the more readings I do, I see this card more as the girl who gets caught. So she is going to get caught, okay, by her husband sleeping with another man. Okay, the husband's not sleeping with another man, but the husband comes home to find the wife sleeping with somebody else, or the husband finds out the wife is having an affair. The husband finds out the wife is cheating on him with somebody. Okay, to me that's getting caught. Okay, and I wrote it can be male or female. Okay, somebody's gonna get caught. Okay, this is immediate future. Now, if you do get caught or you catch someone, message me because I do want to hear about it. You know, catching somebody red-handed. This is the kind of thing where Scorpio really is good at secrets and lies, but they're also good at setting the trap. They're also good at digging for information. They're also good at catching someone. They make natural detectives, okay? So ladies, if you believe or suspect your husband or partner to be in another relationship, chances are he is, okay? And he's been in another relationship for quite some time, okay? And there's things that he doesn't want to tell you. Your husband or partner who's a Scorpio may be the one that's cheating. On the other hand, you could be a Scorpio lady and you could be the one that's cheating. Or you could just be part of this, I feel like, entanglement of cheating and lies, okay, which is kind of crazy to me. So yeah, if you're a guy, I wrote, you've been caught. Your girlfriend or wife finds out. Women make natural detectives. That's what I wrote down. Girl breaks up with guy. However, I see it more as the guy breaks up with girl, actually. I've seen it more because it's, to me, the picture makes sense. It's the girl who's like getting caught. She doesn't have any clothes on. And she's like, no, don't go for the guy who's hanging out the window. Don't, you know, don't hit him. Don't get into a fight with him. Don't hurt him. It's my fault. You know, that's kind of like the story of the cards, you know. The foundation is games, playing games, and getting into, you know, dating, all the games of dating, really keeping your eye on the prize, someone who really wants to just sleep with you and leave. To me, there's a kind of, strangely enough, to me, it's like all these kinds of activities, Scorpio, are very shallow, okay? Very, very shallow, very surface. Yes, there's hidden activities, but it's very, very shallow. It's like nobody's, to me, like in the beginning of September, and even maybe in the recent past, like it doesn't feel like anybody's really happy in the relationship, okay? It doesn't feel like you're having a deep connection with someone that you really crave. It doesn't show me that like you're having like an intense sexual experience, you know. You want to have an intense sexual experience. You want to get it on. You want to have an orgasm. You want to ring the bell, you know. Yeah, this is the card really of two people really getting it on. You know, hot, passionate sex, satisfying to both partners. That's what you want, because this is a vision of emotions. That's what you want, but I don't feel like your actions are matching what you want. And I don't feel like your actions are matching what you're saying either, because there's all this hidden stuff and there's all these lies. So it's sort of like, for a lot of you, you know, you might not even be involved in any of this madness, okay? It may be people around you that are involved in this kind of madness. You may know somebody that's involved in this madness, because there's several different couples. I feel like you want a relationship. You want something more satisfying. That's what you're looking for. But you may have be just kind of coming out of a relationship that really just sucked, you know? There may be, you know, your wife was cheating on you. She may have felt like you were cheating on her at some point, but maybe you were, or maybe you weren't. I feel like the chances are you were, but you might not have, like, you know, you may not have wanted to admit it to yourself or admit it to her or admit it to anyone. For those of you who are single, you really have gotten caught up in just a lot of, you know, love triangle kind of stuff, where it's just like there's too many secrets going on. That's kind of how I feel. And if you're single and all you want is a relationship, you are dating the wrong people. You're picking the wrong people to date. Okay, that's what's happening here. The people that you're dating aren't in it for commitment. So bear that in mind when you go out and start dating again, because I feel like that's just not happening for you. You may have just been involved. You might have been involved in like a series of relationships where they're really, maybe you thought there was commitment, but there wasn't. Or you thought there was chemistry with the person, but there wasn't. There's this dynamic here. But really predominantly for like, I would say the majority of September, you're going to either be getting over a past relationship that you've been in that has not been healthy, okay? You're going to be dating, and I would encourage you not to date a bunch of losers, because I feel like they're a bunch of losers, okay? Or you're going to be kind of involved in some kind of taboo activities which aren't healthy for you, and I won't advise them, but obviously this is your life and you can do what you want with it. So I've said my piece there. The card that's coming in from the outside is kind of spontaneous, and I find this card really hilarious because she really is exposed to the world here, you know. And it says someone who has an oral fixation, great kisser, great with their tongue, someone who loves breasts, big breasts especially. A man so overcome with desire he takes the woman on the kitchen table in the middle of eating, or by surprise. A man who loves a woman who cooks, and to thoroughly enjoy each other. The taste of each other is divine. Enjoy, okay? So, this is just someone who's like really overcome with desire, and it's a kind of a surprise. You know, you may hook up with someone that you're not expecting to hook up with. You know, this is someone who like suddenly just decides to kiss you, and like, there you go, all your clothes are off. I was talking about that in one of my other videos. I mean, it's one of those things with Scorpio. I think once they kind of start to initiate, I think that once they initiate the initial, like, okay, kiss is over, I mean, it's, all the clothes come off. Like, everybody else Taurus may, like, take their time, and, like, I remember actually the craziest thing. I ended up making out with this guy who's a Taurus. And I swear, it was the slowest makeout session that I'd ever had, okay? And it was really weird, okay? It was really, really weird because it was just like it wasn't going anywhere. And I thought, oh my God, how long is it going to take for us to get it on? You know what I mean? Like, I can only imagine how long it would take for that to actually happen, Nothing was happening fast. I mean, it was just very, very, very slow. And it drove me crazy. And in the end, there was no sexual chemistry because I was sexually frustrated by the end of the experience. So anyways, I know I'm digressing here, but like, I just feel like, be happy, Scorpio, that things are progressing, okay? Because that's where you want to be, okay? Because Scorpios are sexual creatures, and that's where they need to be, getting it on, okay? So this is a good thing that the universe is sending this to you. Good, 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 okay? Don't, I'm not going to say, there's an element of surprise, because there's a couple cards that have surprises to them. And so this is you being surprised that you actually like somebody. You being surprised that you're in a relationship. You being surprised that somebody is making a move on you, okay? This is an element of surprise. Now, here's where it gets tough. I feel like a lot of you are not over the past, okay? You and Cancer, okay? You may have been in a relationship with a Cancer, okay? I don't remember what other signs had this, but there was another sign who had this too. But see this girl, you can't make love to someone who's passed away or who's not in your life, and that's what it represents. This is like the death card, okay? And it says to be in love with someone who has passed away or an ex-lover. Not being ready to move on yet, not getting over it, lusting someone not in one's life, using vibrators or toys to satisfy your needs, needing to start fresh in relationships. So this is you starting over, okay? You need to start over, okay? This doesn't also indicate sex. This could just be a hookup. You might have hooked up with someone, but you're not like really over an ex, okay? It could be an ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend, but you're just like not over it, okay? And you just need to kind of get over it, all right? So, like, in my mind, these are very contradictory cards, okay? For you to have this card, which is like the orgasm card of all orgasm cards, in the position of emotions, that's what you want, but then you're not over somebody, it's quite interesting to me. It's two very conflicting things, which is why I think you're kind of blocking yourself. You are your own worst enemy, okay? So the outcome is this card. And this is a girl who, there's a guy there that's looking at her and lusting after her and thinking she's really beautiful. And she doesn't see it in herself. She doesn't think she's hot, But he thinks she is, okay? So this is a virgin. It says a virgin or woman of little experience. Could also be a woman who is self-conscious, needs to improve self-image, lose weight, or gain weight by diet and exercise. A man who sees the beauty in a woman when a woman does not see it in herself. Little does she know his desire for her is very strong and sex is on his mind for sure. Okay, so you could have an admirer. Scorpio females, you could have an admirer. Scorpio males, you could have an admirer. You know, I mean, it kind of goes both ways. Where there's someone who looks at you and they think you're hot, you know, but you don't think you're hot. You're kind of like, oh my God, you know, look at my back fat. Everybody complains about back fat, you know, or whatever. Okay, and you're just like, I'm not hot, but like the other person really sees that you are. So you need to like really relax, Scorpio, and be like less self-critical about yourself. And this could be, you know, you could be in a relationship with a Scorpio and they might see you. You might not be, you know, Scorpio. They might see you like that, you know, where they think you're beautiful, you know, and you don't see it. You might end up sleeping with a virgin, okay? Or you might end up sleeping with someone who's much younger than you. In any case, to me, it's body issues, it's weight issues, it's needing to work on your appearance, work on your self-confidence. In the end, it's like the end of the story here at the end of September, the end of September is you're not getting any sex because you're self-conscious, because you're holding yourself back, because it's not over your ex, because for whatever reason, despite the fact that you really want to have sex and get it on, and that's where you are emotionally, you're like, I just want to have sex and get it on, you're not in that frame of mind to. In order for you to be ready to move on, you need to be over your ex. And for you to move on, that's it, you know? So there may be someone who really wants you. This may be like you may be involved with a young girl who's relatively inexperienced, or the girl just may have some body issues. And she might really, really want you, but you're not ready. You don't want to, you know? It's one of those things you can't force. You know, relationships you just can't force. So it just feels like the end of September, despite the fact that you may want to have a relationship, it doesn't feel like you're there yet, okay? So as far as relationships, I'm not feeling it. You may hook up with someone towards the end of September, but I don't feel like it's really going to go where it needs to go, okay? You may hook up with a virgin. You may hook up with someone who's, like, again, may have some body self-conscious issues, or you may just, like, be kind of impulsive, and you may just hook up with someone randomly, you know? But ultimately, it feels to me that the outcome is you kind of either remaining single or remaining in some kind of crazy love triangle, you know? I feel like this love triangle thing is going on for too long. My advice would be to get out of it as soon as possible. Yeah, it's kind of how I see it. So that's all for you, my sweet Lammy Puffs. And I will be back again in mid-September. And I send you so much love and big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, all the best.